You guys are like so indecisive. That Instagram poll I put up went exactly 50-50. So now I'm making both. Well, I'm finishing both. Yeah, whatever. I'm doing both, okay? So, yeah. But this week's question is, what are some skills that you want to learn? Because, I had been working on that video and on the Photoshop tutorials as well for designing websites, and there are just so many other things like dancing, fencing, ballet, stuff like that. Well, like ballroom and ballet I consider two different things, but I guess they're both dancing, if you want to put it that way. But they're all things that I want to learn. So what are some things that you want to learn? And do they have some kind of overall arcing purpose? Maybe I'll probably end up making an entire video based off of that. Like, what are things that you're, like, doing now to prepare for the future later? I think that would be a good next week video. Ow. Okay. But let me know down in the comments below. And by the way, talking about your comments, let's talk about your answers to last week's question. I finally said that right. I think I get it wrong every time I record this. But last week's question was, pet peeves. And I introduced my pet Pete, whose actual name is Logan. It's not actually Pete. But I did it for the laughs. Nobody mentioned it, so obviously it didn't go over well like I thought it wouldn't, but I had to do it because I wanted to. Alright, first commenter, or maybe last commenter. No, first commenter. Yeah, first commenter was Cameron Recevo. He says, the most common pet peeve is when people scratch their nails on something or anything similar. On something or anything similar. Does that bother you? Ow, that kind of bothered me, actually. I'm not doing that anymore. More so from the feeling, not necessarily the noise. Okay. When people use greasy hands on my phone after they ask to see something on it. I talked about greasy hands a lot on this show. Apparently, it's kind of a thing nowadays, but not way back when, whenever I was the only one who cared about it. But turns out you're all turning into me. That's not fun. I don't want to live in that world. Okay, when people adjust my car seat and mirrors in my car if they have to drive it. They should try and adjust it back, but unless they're the same size as you, they kind of have to do that stuff. So it's a pet peeve, yeah, but I think it's a little unreasonable. And when people leave trash in the car after I give them a ride, have some decency, people. That's what he said. Have some decency, people. I know it sounded like something that I would say, but that was actually something that he said. But yeah, people, you should definitely keep someone else's property clean. I mean, I'm not doing a very good job of that in my parents' house, but, why not? Do as I say, not as I do. Because that's such a great excuse. Okay. Chloe Pajara says, when little kids have snot all over their faces and they they hug me and it gets all over my shirt, which is, yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I'm like rubbing away that imaginary snot that I just imagined getting on me. So I'm sorry that you interact with younger children who snot. I mean, I snot too, but I'm not younger and I wouldn't rub the snot on you. So I'm good. I'm still good. You can still hug me. I guess that'd be weird. You're like far away. Here, far away hugs to all of my viewers. She continues, when someone has some kind of liquid on their fingers and don't wipe it off. So, like, grease? Is that what you're talking about? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. She continues again, when there's like a little spots of liquid on a table. So you're definitely one of those, like, whatever those things are called. They're not saucers. They're whatever you put the cups on. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, you're the kind of person who goes around parties putting people's cups on them whenever they're not looking. All right, I can respect that, I guess. It's a little weird. When someone burps right in your face and it stinks. All of these make me rage inside. Grr, rage. Ooh. Yeah. But someone burping right in your face is typically a signification, signal, there we go, signification would also work, is typically a signal that they trust you a lot, or really want to irritate you, which also typically means that they trust you a lot. So, don't be mad at it unless it stinks. Just if it stinks, then you can be mad. You can be like, why did you do that when your breath stunk? Like, eat a mint, then burp in my face, and we're fine. We're cool with that, okay? It's still weird, but at least it's a little bit better. Christian Lashover says, I totally relate to those disc pet peeves. I know, right? Oh my goodness. Don't do that. One of my pet peeves is touching my electronics with greasy hands. Again, greasy hands, guys. Like, really. Although I think I'm a little bit weirder about it than everybody else. from what everyone else tells me about it. Another one is making things like diagrams and stuff to be centered and neat. You may have OCD on that one little item, but I understand that. Like, if something's off kilter a little bit, it's really annoying, really weird. And Laura Flores says, I made you eat the broken Pop-Tart. You should know I wouldn't cater to your whining. I didn't, like I said, hey, maybe I was wrong. That's just what was in my mind. Maybe it was one time that you did it. Maybe you never did it at all. I don't know. But continuing, she says, and my pet peeve is the fact that you don't put anything up. There's always a trail of junk through the house that is yours. And to which I say, it's only in the 3 spots that I occupy in the house. It's not a trail of junk everywhere. It's just the bathroom, the table, and the couch. That's it. So, you're just blowing this out of proportion. Okay? It's okay. You can calm down. Anyways, thank you for watching. Here are my other videos if I remember to put them up. I'm remembering a lot more to put them up later. But here, that's the end of the video. Go check these out if you want. Answer. Bye. I guess. I don't know. There you go.